Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum. All right, I want you guys to continue praying for good fortunes with my networking with people. A lot has come up. You know what's really funny? Ever since I had my successes with, you guys know what happened in Taiwan. It seems like it's become a magnet for all the other girls that I tried to make a move on here in the United States, all flying back. Ever since what happened in Taiwan, it feels like almost like our financial system itself, right? The people who have just keep getting more and more, right? And kind of interesting how it has played out. Uh, but you know what? I could always use additional connections for finding the right career, for life inspirations. I'm an artist, and so I want you guys to pray for that too. Let's start with uh, let's go back a little bit in time. Last winter, when my heart was terribly broken. You remember, I asked a friend of mine from church to help me set me up on a blind date. Now, he's a really funny guy. He's about 10 years older than me. And so I was heartbroken. And one day, I, uh, I, I just happened to have a 1 kilogram silver bar on me. I told him, I'll give you this if you could set me up on a blind date. He didn't know what silver was. He's like, I have so much clutter in my house. He thought it was just some kind of a piece of art or something. And so, long story short, I ended up giving it to him, and he learned more about investing in precious metals, and he bought some. He invested in some silver mining stocks in his 401k. He's doing pretty well now. The girl that I went out with, I made a mistake though. I moved into a bedroom with her ex-boyfriend. I thought I could use him to get insider information on her, and it was a dumb decision. And I also trusted him a little bit too much. I just got carried away. Gotta understand, my first date in 3 years, and I kind of got carried away and forgot about good boundaries and all that. Long story short, we had a falling out. He's a little bit borderline alcoholic, differences in vibes. The reason we got into a falling out was that he's very extroverted, gets noisy when he's drunk. One day I had already had a difficult day, and not difficult in the sense that I had bad things go on. What had happened was I was on campus at Glendale Community College where I teach. I teach calculus. One of my former students, who was now studying a different field, I wanted to talk her back into math. After my class, I saw her at the student union, and she took a walk with me to the math department so I could show her some of my math related art. And so after, I have a lot of anxiety. After an interaction like that, I'm just completely drained. And I get home and I'm just not in the mood. And my roommate just wouldn't let it go. And when I told him, my head's about to explode, oh my God, he thought that was the funniest thing in the world. In retrospect, he probably sensed that the two of us weren't working out. And he wanted to create a situation where I would move out, right? Because after all, it's not difficult to get somebody out of your home. And long story short, it created a divide between all of us now. Which was kind of sad at the moment, and I, you guys may remember when my grandmother passed away. I asked grandmother to go talk to Mary Curry to help set me up on a blind date and all that. So I once again looked to Mary Curry for some guidance, and I thought the next thought I had was maybe I should just take a break from this whole circle And I thought, well, how long? And then it occurred to me, how about Mary Curry's favorite time period, 138 days? And so I set it on my calendar. Long story, that was yesterday. It was the 138th day. So yesterday, I picked up the phone and called her. And long story short, it went pretty well. Now, the girl that I met at the college, she we ended up going to the carnival, the school carnival together, and she's starting classes tomorrow, and she was telling me how excited she is, and I'm gonna see her tomorrow, and well, it's nice to have had all this practice. I'm not nearly as nervous as I was last year when I got kicked out of the apartment. But I learned from my experience with my roommate. First of all, I picked a terrible situation to begin with to move in with him. But I learned that it's better to be direct. Hey, the two of us aren't working out. Can you spend the next couple of weeks looking for other arrangements, right? He actually, I think the other problem was that he gave me a really good deal. He could have just told me, hey, I gave you this good deal because I was expecting this, right? I knew the price was a little bit off. He had expected that I could maybe he was working on some kind of biology experiment or something, and he wanted to bounce ideas off of me. The truth is, I love what he was doing, but I'm juggling 2 jobs, my art career, and I'm just returning to the dating scene. I just don't have the bandwidth. Had we talked it over, we negotiated something else. But instead of talking it over, he decided to be passive aggressive about it, and it became a lesson for me. I used to behave like that myself too. Right, it's better to be more direct. Hey, this isn't working because of that. I was expecting this, and I'm disappointed because of that. It's probably better to do it that way, right? All right, so I'm back in the game with both. I don't think either of these are romantic partners, but they're definitely inspirational partners for and potential career partners for the future. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.